Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Mode 7, the show where we play games and talk about them. I am your host, Sergmanx, and today I have the lovely Monkey Man joining me once again.
Hey, what's up, Serge? Episode 4. I feel like this is... Man, if we were in high school, this would be our senior year.
Yeah, man, so I guess episode 5, we're going to be in college, huh?
Yeah, I don't do college, though.
Nah, college is
so I guess
losers.
I'm gonna have to quit. This is my last episode.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Or we could just be high school dropouts and keep the show going.
You know what? That sounds beautiful. I love it.
And do you know what drops down as well?
What drops down? What, your ball?
You know what? Oh my god, you ruined my transition. No, the Puyos, the beans from Dr. Robotniksmeanbeanmachine, you stupid fuck. I think we should keep this, but just censor it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm totally for keeping this. Just censor the curses.
All right. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to ruin it. It's just you were talking about your balls earlier, like when we're doing the mic check, and you're like dingle balls or whatever stupid thing you said. So like I thought you were making a stupid joke. I didn't realize. Oh, that's good.
So, Monkey Man, what are we playing today?
Today we're playing Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Whoa,
for Sega Genesis.
Whoa, have some respect for the good doctor. Say his name correctly.
Hey, that's how Sonic says it.
Yo, no, he calls him Eggman now.
Oh, well, back then on the TV show, they used to call him Dr. Robotnik to make fun of his name.
Show some respect to the good doctor. What's his actual name?
Dr. Robotnik.
Yes, thank you.
With a K.
Yes, with a K.
Yeah, so this was one that I had played I remember playing this with my sister way back when for Sega Genesis. And, it's just a nice little, almost Tetris-like thing where you're trying to match the beans, as they call them, and they're linked 2 by 2, either the same color or different colors. You got to try to make matches. You got to try to make them cascade and make combos. And then that launches, I don't know if it's like rocks or something on the opponent. And, that could screw up your opponent making matches, or that could just be able to top them out, which means that you win.
Now, I'm going to give you some trivia about Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Tell me.
So, the game is actually rebranded of something else.
Really?
Yes, this franchise is actually known as Puyopuyo. So Sega, or I guess the developer Compile, because I guess they felt like this game would appeal more to, I guess, a U.S. audience if it had a theme that people would recognize.
Wow. Okay.
So they used the Sonic franchise, which is funny because Sonic's not even in this game at all.
Right. And then, this really has nothing to do with Sonic or anything that he does in the series or other games either.
Exactly, and they reference the characters from the TV show. So, and these characters aren't even in any of the Sonic games.
Mm-hmm.
And another trivia: this game was brought to the Super Nintendo, but it was branded with Kirby. So if you played Puyo on Super Nintendo, it was just a Kirby themed game.
Oh, so instead of being Sonic, it was Kirby.
Exactly.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so where is that from? Japan, originally?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I never knew this until years later, because I played Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine when I was a kid, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was like, oh, I like Tetris. I guess this will be kind of cool,
Oh, okay. And see, I was never a Tetris person. Again, going back to playing this when I was younger with my sister, I feel like I have good memories of it. But other than that, I think if this was a game where I was just to try it for the first time today, I probably wouldn't be into it at all. And even playing it now, it's It's a decent game. It's, there's nothing really wrong with it in my opinion, but it's not like anything super special either.
Like it's a fun puzzle game. Going through the story mode, I tried to like actually beat the CPU opponents. But then I think stage 4 or 5, I just kind of like switched my strategy up because I was starting to get bored of the game.
Yeah.
I would just randomly throw down my puyos.
Yeah.
And just hope that a big combo would just happen by accident.
Right.
And that's how I ended up like beating a couple of these stages later on because it got like pretty challenging.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like that strategy actually does work pretty well. And I first discovered that like way back when I first played this. On stage 2, there's like a purple guy.
Yes.
And when you're fighting him, that's like his strategy. Like he's really fast and just drops them down. And then next one next to each other, on top of each other, whatever. And like, man, that guy used to slaughter me. But I'm like, I'm just going to use the same tactic that he did. And I just did it. And it's like, just by chance, it will work out sometimes.
Like to me, the most fun I have with this franchise is when you play against another human opponent.
Okay.
I think that's where the real fun of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine lies, or Puyo in general. Because playing against the CPU, I mean, it's okay. But to me, it's more fun when you play alongside your friend or your sibling, and it's just like, you're for the most part, you guys are on the same playing field. Like the CPU gets, it's kind of cheap sometimes, Like
Yeah.
It seems like it's hard to defeat them.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like, what you're talking about is more fun to play against someone else or with someone else than the CPU. I mean, that's pretty much any game, though, no? I mean, like, even, like, I like first-person shooters, Call of Duty, PUBG Mobile, I play. Like, all of those, too. Like, it's better, like, playing against someone instead of
I mean,
bots.
that's true, but like those kind of games, they have like story campaigns, like actual levels you go through.
Right, yeah, this is just like the same thing, except like the only difference is like the enemies get harder because the game gets faster. Like that's basically it.
Yeah, exactly. And the CPU has different strategies. Like we talked about the purple guy. He slams his puyos down in a different way than, let's say, the third guy. He has his own little strategy, but like I said, after the fourth guy, I just slammed all my puyos down and hoped for like a big chain. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. There's a couple of matches where I had to do it like 15 times until I got a win.
Yeah.
But then I reached a point, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I played enough. I'm satisfied.
Yeah, I felt the same way. It was just like, all right, there's nothing really different to it. So I just kind of, I think I got to like stage 9 or something like that, and I just kind of called it quits on it because, again, it's like there just wasn't really anything different. It's fun, I'm sure it's good for increasing like your thinking ability to think quicker, to react quicker, your hand-eye coordination a little bit, things like that. Like, all right, cool, but yeah, there just wasn't much to it. One of the things I did like about it, I assume this is in all games like this, but like you could turn either left or right, which is cool. But like you could turn like really last minute. So you could almost have the beans like touching down just as long as they're not connected yet.
Right.
You could still kind of spin it like sometimes even twice if you do it quick enough, which was kind of cool. But man, I felt like so often when these, I don't know what they're called. Are they rocks? What are they? The blocking things? So whatever those guys are, it's just like they always go in the most convenient spot for the enemy. It seemed like anytime like I had a match, man, that rock went right there and screwed it up.
Yeah, like I try to set up a combo where I'm like, okay, if I get this yellow bean and I try to like put it down, and this will cause a chain, but then like you said, a couple of like rocks come and they block my passage, and I'm like, well, there goes my strategy.
Yeah. So it was like, if you make a match, that will send a certain amount of rocks to the other guy. But if you make a combo, then it sends like, I don't know if it like multiplies it or what's going on, but it sends a lot more to the opponent. But sometimes like when I try to just mash the beans down and try to make a combo with it almost randomly, or even sometimes when I try to do it purposefully and like looking at the next beans that are coming and try to plan it out, it would seem like sometimes I would just build it up too high, and then getting the rocks on top of that, it was just like, I didn't stand a chance.
Playing Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine honestly made me want to play Puyo Puyo Tetris. And basically what that is it's a combination of the two. So there's this cool multiplayer mode where you play a game of Tetris, but then it'll switch to Puyo. So now you're playing a game of Puyo. And then it switches back to Tetris. Or there's a mode where it combines Tetris and Puyo in the same playing field. So now you need to like somehow have the Tetris pieces and the Puyos coexist and use that to create chains and combos. So I think that's a really fun game, and I play that multiplayer, and that's a really fun game. So honestly, playing Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine just made me want to play that more.
One of the other things that I liked about this game was the continue screen. So it was like, you know, Dr. Robotnik on stage preaching to all his minions, and you're like in the crowd with them, and like they're all smiling, and you know, he's jumping up and down. They got like the lights going and stuff. That was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. And then if you let it count down, he just like laughs. He's like, ah, ha, ha.
Yeah, yeah. And then what's with this little guy? Like, if you look next to the score, there's like this little pudgy orange guy.
So he's a character from Puyo Puyo.
Oh, he is. Okay, I was thinking he might have been because you were talking about like a Kirby-looking type thing.
Yeah, well, he's not from Kirby, but he's from the Puyo Puyo franchise. I guess they didn't change him or replace him with like something else from the Sonic universe in this game.
Yeah, okay, keeping some of the original in this kind of baked into this game.
Yeah, but as far as Mean Bean Machine goes, it's still a fun game to play. But if you're looking for a robust story mode, you're not really going to find it here. It's kind of like by the numbers. You play a couple of stages and then the game's like over. If you enjoyed this episode of Mode 7, give it a like and comment below your thoughts on today's topic. Please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell to be notified when the next Sergmanx video drops. Have a good day and peace out.